by the city. It's me against me, but for you, I'll drop 50. Long nights, had cold days, it was chilly. Pray to God for that parlay to make millies, whoa. I'm certified by the city. It's me against me, but for you, I'll drop 50. Long nights, had cold days, it was chilly. Pray to God for that parlay to make millies, whoa. I did it for the love, not to make me famous. This for the ones that wanna tell their mama that they made it. Hope the family gather round and they celebrated the latest innovations. Glasses elevated, hooked it up, let's reel it in. I know we bout to make it, I can sense it, twin. If we fall 9 times, we get up 10. I had to strategize, it's been up since. That's why I'm certified by the city. It's me against me, but for you, I'll drop 50. Long nights, had hard days, it was chilly. Pray to God for that parlay to make millies, whoa. And you should know just how it goes. I just had my soul bottom of the totem pole. I was in the cold. I always had this thing where I could see my goals. I could see my dreams unfold with my eyes closed. I could see my dreams unfold with a blindfold. You know I'ma take the love wherever I go. I know how the game go, it go high and low. So, yo, I bet they call you son when you shine and you come up. I get back to the city, but that's cause I wanna. I just wanna say that I kept it 100. I'm just tryna make moves that make sense to my mother. Wanted to lift the weight and take care of my little brothers. Cause that would make me certified by the family. Pacquiao that venue, that's Mayweather, that's Manny. Long nights, had hard times, had cold days, it was chilly. Pray to God for that lotto, taking that parlay to make millies, whoa. Certified by the family. Pacquiao that venue, that's Mayweather, that's... We did better when we said that we needed each other. Operation like a puzzle, just keep it together. Every day we hustling, clocked in, grinding, the sun still shining. My loved ones smiling, putting in the groundwork, completing the assignments. Level up slow, now smooth when we riding. Absolutely certified, quality provided. The whole city link up because we in alignment. The next level looks good, baby I ain't lying. First I got my story up, then I got my glory up. Hand me the title, call me Michael, I put 40 up. And that then got me certified by the city. It's me against me, but for you, I'll drop 50. Long nights, had cold days, it was chilly. Pray to God for that parlay to make millies, whoa. I'm certified by the city. It's me against me, but for you, I'll drop 50. Long nights, had cold days, it was chilly. Pray to God for that parlay to make millies, whoa. Then got me certified. And got me certified. Got me certified. Shout out to VIP.
Welcome back to Certified by the City, with our edition for Certified Dynasties. This show right here is going to highlight one of, if not the best, dynasty in LA City basketball history. History, I said history. I just want to make sure y'all know that. Crenshaw Cougars dynasty, certified dynasty, the Shaw as it's known in the city. I want to bring back my main man, Ronnie Flores, our certified historian, Cal High sports editor, just a wealth of knowledge and history. And I know he can speak to the validity of the Crenshaw Cougar dynasty, headed by the one and only legendary coach Willie West. And Ronnie, I just want to bring you back in and welcome you to the show. Can you tell us about your experiences writing and back then about, you know, the dominance and the eras of the 70s, 80s, 90s, and those Crenshaw teams?
Sure. Speaking offhand, obviously Crenshaw was brought in Coach Willie West in 1971, and they started winning right away. He only lost one game in his first 3 years on the court, and there was no CIF state title, so titles then. There was no state tournament, but they were winning, and then they got invited to the Tournament of Champions, which was a Northern California-based private thing that wasn't run by the CIF, and they got invited a few times. And the city got knocked off a few times. And then later on in 1981, Manual Arts won their city title, and then it got knocked off. But once the state tournament started in 1982, from that point of view, and that time, Coach Willie West started dominating statewide, and he was already dominating citywide. So it led into that. Winning bred the excellence, bred the traditions, the cultures, guys putting their individual glory beside and to the back burner for team accolades, and it just grew from there. And then by the 80s, they became, nationally known, and then it continued into the 90s, Brian.
Right. So you don't have that a lot nowadays with, guys putting their individual skills and individual games to the side for team success. And I know, Coach West bred that with his teams for sure, to the tune of, I believe, 8 state titles and 16 city championships. You might have to fact check me on that, Ronnie. This is certified by the city, so we got to have the facts straight. It's got to be right and dialed in as far as the numbers go. I also want to introduce my certified dynasty co-host. I have to my left here, Mike O'Quinn, the current assistant coach for Bishop Montgomery boys basketball team. One of the main players from back in the day, Loyola Marymount grad, a wealth of knowledge from the CIF section, but knows a ton of players and has a wealth of knowledge when it comes to the LA City basketball scene. I want to welcome to the show Mike O'Quinn.
Well, thanks a lot, BJ. That's a cool introduction. I'm California born and raised. Grew up Victoria Park kid, slam and jam basketball player. I played at Pius X High School, 2-time CIF. John Muir High School, 2-time CIF, one CIF champion. So everything I've done is California-based. So I am a California guy through and through, now and forever. I got a chance to experience Crenshaw basketball firsthand. So
what was that experience? What was that experience like?
'93, we got a chance to battle the great '93 team.
Yeah.
It was a battle, but it didn't turn out well. But I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? But still, this is a amazing episode with some amazing talented players from Crenshaw High School. We got 4 supreme state champions. With so much knowledge. Crenshaw basketball has just been a great staple of California basketball history, NCAA history, NBA history, a lot. Okay, so pretty much, BJ, Crenshaw has just been a big staple of the city here. So they're definitely certified by the name alone.
Got you. Well, no doubt. I've had my experience, and we'll get into that a little later on. But I had my experience, my run-in with the Shaw.
Oh boy!
And it did not end well. But like I said, we'll get into that a little later on. I also have a special guest from the Crenshaw Dynasty from the 80's. One of the just major impact players, Danny Griffin. 89 grad.
89, that's
89
right.
grad.
Not 88, 89.
89. DG in the house representing the Shaw. Multiple city championships. I mean, he can speak to the legendary 80's teams that he was on. Also the 70's teams that, preceded him. Been involved in the sport, just a basketball lifer, worked at UConn. I mean, it goes on and on and on. So I want to welcome Danny Griffin to the show as being a member of the certified dynasty, the Shaw, Crenshaw basketball. Welcome, Danny.
I appreciate this, fellas. I'm certified. I got my T-shirt on. I'm certified by something. It feels good.
Yeah,
Thank you for being
Well, you're certified by the city, man.
Certified by the city.
Yeah, you're certified by the city, and we're bringing this together to give not only Crenshaw basketball their props, but we want to highlight the team, right? Because nowadays a lot of people are so individualized when it comes to sports. They lose, but then they're like, oh, but I had 30. They checking their highlights at halftime on their phone. They do a lot of stuff that basically doesn't amount to winning, where that's what you guys were all about. So I want to have Mike kind of take the lead in this and just ask Danny a couple questions. I'm gonna have a couple questions, but Mike, go ahead and ask our guests what you got.
Well, the first question is, to build a dynasty, you have to have the base. And my question to Danny is, who was Coach Willie West? Because he was the base. What was his philosophy? What was his everything about him, his temperament? Because to build something that strong, to last that long at that high of a level, he had to be an amazing person.
Yeah, well, you know, Coach West obviously is a very unique individual. I think you have to be, not just because you won, but because of what your former athletes have done since they've graduated from high school and college, and the men that they have become, the fruits of your labor, so to speak. So I think that's what makes Coach West unique, and obviously he didn't do it by himself. You know, he had some great help as assistant coaches, but he's a catalyst, obviously. You know, and he comes from humble beginnings, as a lot of our ex-inner city coaches that, you know, we play for. You know, coming here from Houston, Texas, you know, to an unknown area, and then coaching a sport that wasn't your main sport. You know, I think that's a testament. A lot of people don't talk about that because they don't know Coach Willie West's background.
Right.
He's a baseball guy.
Right.
Yates High School out of Houston. A pretty good player, too. So he went to Cal State LA, started working at John Muir High School, junior high, I mean. And, you know, he met Marcus Johnson's dad, Mr. Johnson. And, you know, they formed a relationship. And, you know, Coach West came over to Crenshaw, 68 when they first opened. He wasn't the head varsity basketball coach. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
It was a guy by the name of Coach Ryan. But Coach Ryan left and went to, I think, Cal State LA, if I'm not mistaken. That's not certified, by the way.
Well, you know, if it's on this show, we gotta
certify. Let's Ronnie
Ronnie
may have to. My lifeline, Ronnie may have to look that up. But that's a lot of people don't know that. So, you know, a lot of things supersede Google, so to speak.
Yeah.
Some things you got to know from not barbershop talk, but you got to talk to the horse.
Exactly.
It's got to come from the horse.
So let me ask you this: How did Coach West, when you say he didn't start off as a varsity coach, but when he became the varsity coach, how did he instill that culture of winning and team play and defense, just everything that the foundation for the program was? How did he instill that?
Well, Coach West was a C and B coach. So for those that don't know city basketball history, C and B is like frost off, right? Frost off. So he was the frost off coach, and he actually had Robert Smith on his team, who ended up being an all-city player, playing at UNLV, part of the Hardway 8, played for Tarek, and ended up playing in the NBA. So he was on his frost off team. So
Gotcha.
Coach West was the CB coach before he became the varsity coach.
Gotcha.
So it started there, right? And he was winning there. And then, you know, he got thrown into the fire.
Okay.
Right? But getting thrown into the fire with one of the greatest players in California history.
Yeah,
in
that
history
helps, right?
of the United States,
Yeah,
period,
that helps,
on any
right?
level.
Yeah, that helps.
Marcus Johnson, Mr. Marcus Johnson.
Right.
When you have a player like that, right, and you know his dad, you know his mom, you know, you work with them at John Muir Middle School, and you know the family, and they were great people, and, you know, they helped Coach West get acclimated as well around the city with their contacts.
Got you.
And they had a rapport with a lot of people in Los Angeles, Mr. Johnson.
I bet you. I
Yeah,
bet they
he
did.
was Coach West's assistant coach. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah,
Let me ask you a
bet
question,
did.
Danny. Didn't Marcus start at Dorsey? Did he start at Dorsey?
He started at Dorsey,
Okay.
and then he came over to Crenshaw. You know, and I know a few of these things because I've spoke with these guys.
Right,
That's how I
right.
met Coach West.
Exactly.
I met Coach West because of the Johnson family.
Got you. Got
Yeah.
you. So the ties run deep. The ties run deep.
Ties run deep because when you're good people and you do people the right way, regardless of your success, people want to have a relationship with you because at the end of the day, it's about the results of the young men that you coach.
Exactly.
Academically and holistically, you got to develop them. You can't just be basketball. You got to develop off the court.
Exactly.
Coach West is just not a basketball guy.
Right.
People that know him knows baseball is his love because he tried to get us all to play baseball. But by then, the Darryl Strawberry stories are, it kind of wore out because you start seeing all these baseball accolades, and then you say to yourself, well, what did he do in basketball?
Right.
So at that time, you didn't have social media, and we didn't have no footage.
Yeah.
Because if we would have had some footage, we might have been on that baseball diamond.
I got you. So Coach West started humble beginnings, CMB coach, now to the varsity level. Danny, I know you were had the privilege of either talking to some of these guys or knowing some of these guys, and not fast forwarding to your era, but just kind of bring me up from when Coach West started through the 70's, getting that first dominant run in. Obviously, Marcus Johnson, just all city, all world player. Who were some of the other guys and some of those other teams that stood out that you remember or have talked to or know about from those 70's teams? And then we'll kind of go to your era.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Ronnie, you can correct me. Bigham was Coach West's first all-city player, correct?
Ronnie?
Bigham.
Bigham.
Yeah.
Bigham.
And that was 70, 71. So
Yeah, it was his first all-city player before they won the city championship.
Okay,
He
before
was
they won.
all-city 70.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, he's
and they
now,
won in 71.
Yeah, he's a retired doctor now.
Got you.
Yeah,
Got
very
you.
successful.
Yes.
And that's why I say the success runs deep initially, because then you have Maynard Brown, who went to Cornell, ended up being a teacher at Crenshaw later on, who
Ivy
coached.
League.
Yeah, he went to Cornell. And he coached. He was assistant coach for some of these championship teams with Coach West.
Got you.
Right. So off the bat, success. But people just say, "Oh, basketball success." No, right off the top, these guys. You putting guys in Cornell, you putting guys in all these academic institutions. Today we guys want to get so caught up in Division I. Coach West had a lot of guys that go to academic institutions and became successful right away.
Exactly.
But, you talk about Marcus Johnson, you talk about Robert Smith, Darwin Cook, who played at Crenshaw in 75. Then he played at University of Portland, played for New Jersey Nets. You hear these guys, and then you forget about, Bigham, and you forget about, Maynard Brown, and you forget about some of these guys. But then when you meet these guys, when you get older, man, these guys are brilliant.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, my goodness, I need this guy.
Right.
Not to say, Marcus was unbelievable too, right? Like, these guys had unbelievable wisdom. So I started asking questions like, man, you hear the basketball stories, but if you really want to get into the thick of things, you got to ask these guys, how did you become the man you became?
Right.
Like, how did that work?
Right.
And I
When
feel
we
like-
were facing all these negative things in the community, right? How did you become a great man?
Yeah. And I feel like that's the discipline, I think, that probably Coach West probably instilled in you guys as well.
Most definitely.
Because you have to be disciplined to take that next step, to be a doctor, even to be an NBA player. It's a major, major discipline behind
Yes.
all that part. And I just want to ask you a question too, Danny, because I know Coach West gets a lot of the credit, but since I was a kid going to the summer leagues, I heard a lot about Coach Joe Weekley. I heard a lot about Coach Weekley. Everybody knows Miss Coach West was the main man, but let everybody know who Coach Joe Weekley was.
So Coach Weekley, this should be certified. So
It's definitely-
he came to Crenshaw.
it's
He came to
definitely
Crenshaw.
street certified.
So he came from Man Yards High School.
Okay.
To Crenshaw. So, but a lot of LA guys, you hear some of these AAU guys today, right? Some of the names, you hear, but a lot of guys, if you really know basketball and you've done your homework, back then they say your homework, you would know Coach Chuck Moore, who coached most of South LA on the east side.
Okay.
So Joe Weekley was part of his camp. And Joe Weekley came to Crenshaw 73, 74, and obviously stayed until he became the head coach at LA Southwest College. Everybody, you talk about Jedis, you got Obi-Wan, you got Luke, you got this, you got senseis, whatever you want to call it. Tark had Coach Gergovich.
Right.
So you look at that and you like, that's Joe Weekley.
Yeah.
And he's one of the greatest men I've ever met. And you have these basketball confrontations, these life confrontations, you know, when you get in your feelings. And Joe had a way of massaging those feelings out because you needed to do the job. You needed to go to class. You needed to play. If you were hungry, he made sure you ate. And a lot of people may take that, oh, he paid for you. Nah. Joe wasn't passing out money like that.
Right.
He made sure you ate.
Right.
So a lot of times, you know, guys wouldn't go to the cafeteria sometimes unless you was in the line to get the famous coffee cake or the little orange juice or something. Act like you had some money.
Right.
Yeah.
But the real thing was getting through them doors to go sit down and eat a full meal and not just a coffee cake and a juice or some chips or something, right? You had different types. I mean, Joe Weekley made sure you went to eat because you had practice, you had this. You know, guys had headaches. He would sit. I mean, this guy was like a Superman.
Huh.
You see him talking to players. You see him walking around because he was on campus.
Got you.
You know, he had a rapport with the neighborhood and the community.
Gotcha.
So when people talk about in LA basketball, when you talk about a pass, you know, that's a figuratively term, right? It means a pass. It might be from gangs, so they won't mess with you. But Joe Weekley gave you a life pass.
Got you.
On campus, off campus, wherever you went, because he was well respected by the community. That means gangs. That means working people.
Right.
That means clergy, politicians. He basically knew everybody.
Got you.
And
From every walk of life.
From every walk of life. So he gave you a life pass.
Got you. And that's important. That's important.
Yes.
So let me ask you another question. What was it like as far as navigating the distractions, whether it was gangs or drugs? And we'll get into kind of your era here in the 80s here, but I do want to ask that, what was that like as far as how did you navigate through that? Obviously with the help of the coaches, you know, how did you navigate that? And what was the obstacles like that? What was that like?
Well, so first of all, you know, it was tough because before, if you play basketball and you love the game and you're really trying to become a basketball player and you really want to get far, your first stop can't just be your high school, number one. Mm-hmm. So the navigation starts before that. It starts in your primary years. So, you know, I played for Dino Smiley in elementary.
Drew League founder.
Russell Elementary, East Side. Okay. So when you got a guy like that, it starts there because, you know, I'm not getting dropped off in the 6th grade. You know, I'm on the Manchester bus, but Manchester turns into Firestone after you cross a certain thing.
Yes,
this
sir.
east of the 110.
Yes, sir.
So you went to Drew Middle School as well, too?
No, I didn't go to Drew.
Okay.
Yeah, but I went to the Feeder Elementary.
Okay,
So I played for Dino with Coach Smiley. We say Dino now because we're grown. I'm getting called that. I played for Coach Smiley. And
for those who don't know who Coach Smiley is, that's the one who runs the Drew League.
Yeah, the Drew
time.
League, famous Drew League,
The famous Drew League in L.A. That's Coach Smiley.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he was a young coach, and he was really connected with the community, too.
Gotcha.
So you may have a Joe Weekley or Willie West before you get to the real Joe Weekley, Willie West, right? Because all these coaches work together. They all knew each other. So it's an extension. So a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people think, oh, these are rivals. These schools are going against each other. Mm-hmm. But you got to understand, Coach Sullivan at Fremont was Coach West's friend, right? The legendary coach from Fremont, Dave Yanai, Coach Yanai was Willie West's friend. Joe Weekley knew everybody. So wherever you went before you came to Crenshaw, they knew your path.
Right.
Everybody kind of guided you.
Gotcha.
So Coach Smiley kind of guided me.
Okay.
And then I'm a Watch Magician, which I feel is one of the most impactful AAU programs in history of basketball that a lot of people seem to have forgot, but they're about to understand because they're back.
Joe Clark.
Thank God.
Yeah.
And my thing was, you know, I'm on buses, man.
Yeah.
I'm taking life chances just to play basketball.
Right.
And that's why I had to get something out of this.
I hear you.
So if I go to practice at Gompers, but I live on 75th or Hoover, how am I getting to Gompers? My mother don't have no car.
Right.
And they're not big on basketball.
Right.
Like today with these parents living vicariously through the kids.
Yeah.
My mother just hope you get home safely.
Right. Exactly.
So I'm catching a Figueroa bus to Imperial bus to, to Gompers, and I'm going through 7-8 different neighborhoods. Praying I get home. Shaking. I'm shaking after before I even get to Crenshaw, going down Hoover to get to Florence, to catch the Florence bus anywhere, taking the Figueroa bus. I'm shaking, man. So I'm just nervous. I mean, you're a nervous wreck. And by the time you get in the gym, a lot of coaches be like, are you all right? Everything good?
They're checking
I mean,
on you.
after practice, your game face got to come on, or you're getting sad because you're like, man, I don't know how I'm going to get home. It's dark.
Right.
You hate daylight saving time. So I'm like, man, I mean, it's almost like you got PTSD, man.
Right. Well, I mean, you obviously navigated through it and got through it.
Thank
It was
God.
tough. Yeah, it was tough.
Thank
But
God, man.
you got
Thank
through
God.
it.
Yes.
And I want to kind of touch base with you now that you got through that, right?
Yeah.
You got
Ooh,
through that.
I'm
Danny
having
got
a
through
relapse,
that.
brother. I'm on the
and now
110.
and now you're going to Crenshaw.
Yeah.
Now you're in high school. Take me through that. Now you're with the big boys. You're on Crenshaw varsity. What was
Well, not so fast.
Not immediately.
You remember
Not immediately.
up until my year, I think only 5 sophomores that play varsity in history.
In the history, right? So you're not coming in just going to varsity,
No.
unless you're just exceptional. But obviously, to get to Crenshaw, the program, what were the expectations as far as either from the neighborhood or alumni when you get there? What was the mindset when you're like, okay, now I got to start? Your basketball journey has already started, but what made it different when you went there?
So how do I say this? So when you play for the Watts Magicians, there's certain coaches that hang around the program all the time. We know it's Manuel, with
Fremont.
Coach Simpson, Coach Morris. I didn't see him a lot at our games and stuff. I seen Coach Simpson a lot.
Okay.
And obviously a lot of the Manual guys were Watts Magicians. And you saw, the Fremont assistant coaches. Because the assistant coaches back then were really active. So, my thing was, I live in Fremont's district. I'm on 75th for Hoover. That's Fremont, okay? But I'm a magician, so I'm rocking with the Manual.
Gotcha.
I'm rocking with Manual,
Gotcha.
right? I'm rocking with the Manual guys. Those are my guys. I play AU with these guys. And I met Coach West at a Clipper game. I was a Clipper ball boy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was a Clipper ball boy. Mr. Johnson was on the team. Norm Nixon, Doc Rivers, Junior Bridgman, Roy Wright, all the old school guys. Coach Cheney's a coach. So I'm walking, I'm like 6'3", 6'4", 8th grade. Coach West comes up to me, and he's walking with Mr. Johnson and Mrs. Johnson. And he came up to me, and I talked to him. And he said, what grade are you in, yada, yada, yada. And I was talking to him. And then next couple of nights, I snuck in the sports arena. And then I see these guys come in with suits. And they sit behind the basket. And you just hear everybody say, ooh, 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 that's Crenshaw. That's the Crenshaw team. And I had never seen them play in the arena yet.
Okay.
But I saw them play when I played for Dinker Park.
Got you.
Because I lived by USC at the time
Got
in the
you.
8th grade. And I saw them play Westchester in 1986.
Got you.
I said, who is the short guy that's dunking on everybody? He has a different pair of shoes, the orange and white shoes. And,
He was dunking on
he
everybody.
had the Nike Dunks on. Why doesn't he have on the same shoes as everybody else? They said, that's Stephen
Stevie?
Thompson.
Yeah.
Stevie.
Yeah.
I said, really? And then you see the other guys on the Westchester team. You're like, well, who is he? Well, who is it? Man, we're not asking about them.
Right.
You need to know about them.
About this guy, yeah.
So when I come in the gym, they let me know right away. My park team is letting me know, oh, no, this is where you're coming.
Right.
This is where you're coming.
Right.
So it's almost the pressure
Right.
of coming there, even though this is not my neighborhood.
Right.
I'm not from this neighborhood.
Right.
So they're like, wait a minute, you this is where you got to come, young fella.
Got you.
I'm like, I got to know more. I just can't come here, because at the time, you really want to make the best decision for yourself, because my stepdad wasn't involved like that. My mom really wasn't involved like that with basketball. So then I go to the sports arena game, and everybody's dunking. Everybody's dunking in warm-ups. Deion Brown, Stevie Thompson, everybody's just getting up over the rim. And I'm like, oh, my goodness. And these guys look like the Clippers. They better than USC. I'm like, these guys are really, really good.
Yeah.
And, I didn't see Coach West again. So a lot of people say, oh, he's recruiting, he's this, he's that. He didn't recruit me.
Right.
No, he didn't.
He didn't have to.
He didn't have to.
Yeah, he didn't have to recruit you.
I recruited Crenshaw.
Right.
But I had a relationship with him, but it was very brief.
Right.
So I went to the City versus CIF game. A lot of people may not remember that game. It was a legendary game at the time. But I went with the Manual team, the whole team. And, I'm watching Earl Duncan playing this game. I'm watching Keith Harris, Santa Monica High, Kansas. I'm watching Troy Baptiste from Crenshaw, Emory Lewis, Michael Courtney Westchester, Derek Strong, Palisades. I'm watching all these guys, and I'm like, man, these guys are big. Man, I want to be like these dudes. So I'm trying to envision from playing at a park in front of really nobody into playing at this arena and playing in this type of setting. See the cities versus CIF.
Got you.
And Coach West was at this game.
Yeah.
Coach West was at this game.
Got you.
So I went up to him, and that was a bad move because I came with the manual guys.
Got you.
So that was a bad trip home for me.
I bet.
And I think that trip home is the reason why I didn't go to manual.
Wow, that's amazing, Danny.
That trip home, I couldn't go to manual after that because, we don't want to really get into what happened. I mean, they didn't touch me or anything, but it was some choice words for me on the ride home.
Just because you had that conversation.
Because I had that conversation with Coach West, and I felt really bad about that.
Gotcha.
But no, so now, I don't know if we still got Cornelius. Cornelius, you still up there, Corn? I don't know if you can hear me.
No, Cornelius' camera's black.
Oh, his camera's back. Okay, all right. Well, Danny, I want to get into the basketball part because
yeah, I'm here. I was just
you
moving
here?
around.
Okay.
I got to get to practice in like 30 minutes.
Oh, you got to? Okay, that's why I wanted to get you on. All right. Now, Cornelius,
Okay.
I want to get to the basketball part of it a little bit. Danny gave us a lot of history about everything. Now, I want you to give me the rundown of the 80s teams, the Crenshaw teams in the 80s. Which teams you thought were the most potent? So now, as a kid, for me, my first Crenshaw experience was in. I was 8 years old. I was in 1983. My father took me to see John Williams. I never heard of him. I thought Magic Johnson was the greatest player in the world until I saw John Williams. So give me the rundown of the 80s for you.
I mean, my brother, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say my brother played for Dorsey in 1979. So I was going to these games early, and I remember going to a game at Crenshaw where I saw a guy named Michael Johnson. And I think that was 78, 79, where he was dunking the ball so hard that the ball was like literally hitting the ceiling coming through the net. And I remember seeing my brother he was like, yeah, can't nobody deal with him. But that was probably my first memories of Crenshaw basketball. But I started going the years after that watching Harold Toomer and Gary Melanson, Kevin Hamilton. And I remember seeing Big John, I think it was 83. When he had a shag, I think it was in the 10th grade, might have been 82, 83. And I was asking, who was this guy right there? And they said, oh, that's Allah. And I'm
That
like,
was
what you mean
that
Allah?
was his name?
Yeah, they called Big John Allah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, he was something else. I went to a game. I forgot who they were playing against. It was at Crenshaw, and he scored 60. And I don't even think he played in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
And I was just like, okay.
So Cornelius, let me ask you about your time at Crenshaw, because I know you were there, mid '80s. I came
in 86 from Horseman Middle School.
Horseman to Crenshaw '86. Take me
Yes.
down your journey a little bit as far as when you joined the squad and the years that you had and those the championships won. Can you go into that a little bit?
Yeah, well, I look at it like when you're a little kid, you kind of trying to decide which high schools you want to go to. But Crenshaw is my home school because I grew up on 68th and St. Andrews. That's between, gang-infested neighborhoods. You got the A-Trays on one side of Western, the 60s on the other side. So I had the option to go to Washington or Crenshaw. So I wanted to go to Crenshaw, even though my brother and sister went to Dorsey.
Got you.
But in the 10th grade, it was like, it was 5 of us from Horseman, and we all went to Crenshaw. I mean, at that time, our 8th and 9th grade team at Horseman was beating JV teams. Because, I grew up watching Magic Johnson, and most people don't realize up until Crenshaw, I was, 6'2", and I was playing the point guard. But when I reached Crenshaw in the 10th grade, I Joe Weekley and them gave me the option to play JV or varsity, but they told me I wasn't going to play on varsity.
Got you.
So I decided to play JV. In the 10th grade, I mean, I thought I had a good season until my back went out. But during that time, I was growing. I grew at least 5 to 6 inches in the 10th grade.
So in 11th grade, you was on the varsity team at that time then?
11th grade, I was a varsity starter.
Got you.
But it was tough. It was tough during that time because Doug was ineligible.
Mm.
You know, and Doug Meekins was an integral part of our team. You know, it's me, Staggers, Damon Hill, Charlie Hill. But the missing piece was Doug. You know, I remember us going out to a tournament during Christmas time in New Jersey. It was called the, the Pleasantville Classic. But I remember playing against Chris Corciani, Bobby Martin, and I think we might have went 2-2 in that tournament. And all I was thinking in that tournament is if we would have had Doug, we might have won this tournament. But more than anything, all that did was prepared us for the following year when we had everyone.
And what was that year like?
My senior year. Well, that senior year with me, John, Doug, Charlie Hill, Damon Hill, Danny. I mean, we had Julius Ward. I mean, we had a stacked team.
Ronnie Wimbers, Julius Ward.
I mean, we had, people don't realize, Coach West at that year, we had 22 guys on the team.
22 guys.
Coach West only dressed the top 15. So we didn't actually know until lunchtime of game day who was actually getting a uniform.
Wow. Wow. Did he play the platoon style? Did he play the platoon style where he bring in 5 and 5? Like, did he do that style where it was 5 at one time?
5, you know, 4 guys might not play that particular game, but I think more than anything, it made us very competitive in practices. He based whoever would dress that game based off your practice. So if you didn't practice a certain way that week, you weren't getting a uniform. And I remember like yesterday how people would be at the window at Coach West's office looking to see who was getting a uniform that day. And I remember seeing the look of disappointment of guys who weren't dressing that game.
Now, Corn, real fast, throughout your time there, who was the one team that y'all was like, okay, we got to lace these boots up? When you knew it was gonna play them, you was like, all right, we gotta lace the boots up. This is gonna be, because I know y'all had a lot of blowout games. Y'all had a lot of teams was like, all right, we're gonna just beat them. But when you seen these guys on the schedule, you was like, all right, it's time to wait. Like, everybody, y'all ready? You know what I'm saying? What team would you say?
I think during that time, most of the league games, Fremont. I mean, definitely Dorsey. I mean, Dorsey right down the street in Westchester.
But who was the hardest one though? What was the one that was like, this was the one you had to really be on your A game? Like, I know those teams ring out, right? Those names in the city ring out. But was it one in there that was harder, Cornelius, than other team?
I felt it all. I mean, definitely Fremont. I mean, Fremont, Manual, and Westchester. I mean, at that time, Westchester had Sam Crawford. I mean, they had Zan Mason. I mean, they had Renald Gordon. I mean, they had Michael Brown. I mean, Manual was the team where most of us grew up playing at Van Ness Park with each other. So we were somewhat familiar with the Manual guys, but at that time, that league was tough.
Got you.
I mean,
so just all around.
We knew we couldn't look past Dorsey.
Right. So all around that whole league, as far as the competition, it was stiff. League games were really competitive.
Yes, to me in that league, the Coliseum League at that time, you could not look past any opponent. Definitely on the road. I mean, Fremont could beat you at Fremont. I mean, we were the #1 ranked team and almost lost to Dorsey at Dorsey.
Right.
Westchester, I think we might have beat Westchester by less than 5.
Got you.
So we just knew every league game there was a chance you could lose. But we went in the game. We knew we were going to win, but we knew we couldn't look past any opponent.
Got you, Danny. What same question to you, Danny? What teams to you? The same? Do you have share the same sentiment of Corn here as far as those teams being the teams that you felt would you had to really, really pay close attention to, or you could come out with an L in those games?
We had the best league on the West Coast.
West Coast, best
On the
league.
entire West Coast in high school basketball, our league was the #1 league.
Wow.
Period. I mean, we're going against 2 to 3 D1 dudes, and then dudes who should be D1, and dudes that you never heard of who were bullies and tough dudes off the court, whatever they do.
Right.
So we and they trying to do everything to stop us. So I'm
Right.
going against a dude who's not ranked, never heard of him. Yeah. He's saying gang stuff and doing the game, big bullies. I mean, it was crazy, man. We're #1 in America with 9 Division I dudes, 7 dudes 6'6" or taller, 4 or 5 guys on the team with 40-inch verticals. And 2 top 50 dudes 3 top 100 dudes in the country on the team. Staggers, Holden, Meekins on the same team. All these D1 signee dudes, and we're about to lose to Dorsey. And they had 2 D1s, Marcus Nance, Anthony Thomas. Yeah. But Anthony Thomas didn't play Division I, but he was Division I. And we're about to lose.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So I'm like, wait a minute, because these dudes are tough dudes. They coach, they could play, they're not scared of us. I'm like, man, this is crazy. We about to lose. We Fremont playing this stuff. You got Darren Daphne signed with UCLA. You got other dudes on the team D1. I'm like, what is this? Because you think in your mind, we're better than these guys. We all American. We this, we that, and then you look at the score.
Danny mentioned Ronnie Winbush, how he signed Division I off JV.
Ronnie Winbush, 6'9", never played a varsity, never started a game varsity in his high school career, had 15, 20 Division I offers, played JV at 6'9", and was the 6th, 7th man on varsity, and played 15, 20 years overseas, still playing to this day at 54.
Wow.
Jesus.
Unbelievable. He was an NBA player, 6'9". He should have... it just amazes me when I look at this team and I see all this NBA talent, and then you ask yourself why. Everybody, God don't make mistakes, but it just amazes me about Ronnie Winbush. He wasn't even top 7 players on the team, and he was probably top 3 players on the team.
He hadn't played a varsity game.
Never started a varsity game.
But he had for sure the potential to be a varsity starter.
Oh, for sure. Anywhere
else.
He was an all-city player.
He was an all-city
player at junior varsity. Yeah. So that just speaks to the talent and depth that was, on the squad. Corn, let me ask you a question. And I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, but I want you to give me your honest opinion. You're the 6th man. You're the 6th man. And Danny, I'm gonna ask you the same question. I want you to give me, and you can do it how they did it back in the day. We had point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. We had the traditional positions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or you can do it how they do it today and just give me position lists, your best five, period, from the 80s. Okay. You're the 6th man. Okay. And I want you to give me those 5 guys. Who you got?
We're going from the 80s. From the
80s.
Can I include Big Mike? I think he was 79, 78, 79.
No. Big Mike is 80s and only the 80s decade. That's all you can do is 80s. 70s got their own.
I'm going to go from the 80s, no doubt, John Williams.
Okay, that's 1.
All right, I'm going to say Stevie Thompson.
That's 2.
Okay.
John Staggers.
That's 3. You got 2 more. You got 2 more players. Yeah, you named 3 real quick, and those 3 are legendary. Now you got 2 more.
Those are locks. Those is locks.
I mean, I have to put David Carter as a point guard.
Okay, that's 4. You got 1 more.
David Carter.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, that's a tough one. I'll say Gary Melanson.
Okay, there's your 5. There's your 5. And you the 6th man. So that's the squad. Yes. You've those 5 and you the 6th man. Now I got the same question for Mr. Danny here. You're the 6th man, Danny. Give me your 5. You can have some of the same if you got this, a few players different or it's the same, or what you got, Danny?
Well, regardless if you saw him or not, you know him. I mean, we didn't see footage. There's no games here. You can't play games. We're not going to sugarcoat stuff like some of these other guys do. So
no, we're not sugarcoating nothing. Just certified like by the city. Yeah. So we're not sugarcoating nothing.
So obviously, John Williams.
Okay.
Stevie Thompson.
Okay. Those
John Staggers.
Okay, those 3 off top.
Right. I'm gonna go with Corn. Corn is the most dominant big man to play at Crenshaw in the 80s.
Okay, so
100%.
Corn. Now you
Period.
are
Twin
okay.
Towers.
So Corn,
I
you
thought
couldn't
Corn
pick
was
yourself,
6'11".
but DG got you on the spot.
And I'm gonna say
I
that
thought
over.
Corn was 6'11".
And I
That's
love
how
Kevin
many times he was
Hamilton,
dunking on people.
and I love Melanson.
Okay.
Right. But to be on a nationally ranked team, number 1 in America, to be top 50 in America, top 100, and one of the greatest classes of history of high school basketball, 88.
Yeah.
That sent 40, 50 guys in the NBA. And he was one of the best in that class. And I'm not going to pick him. And it's no knock to Melanson.
Yeah.
We saw I didn't see Melanson in high school, but I saw him in college and afterwards.
Right.
And I know what Corn did in high school, and I saw him afterwards.
Got you.
I'm not picking Melanson over Cornelius Holden. I love Gary.
Got you.
Great guy.
Got you.
Great basketball player for Crenshaw.
Yeah.
Was the catalyst of the dynasty starting in the 80s.
Got you.
Melanson, Hamilton. But I'm going with Corn because of the block shots, the dunks,
Got you.
the rebounds, the intimidation.
Like I said, I thought
it was just
Corn
unbelievable.
I thought Corn was 6'11".
It was unbelievable.
When I was
so
in the
I'm
sixth
going with
grade, I
Corn.
said he's 6'11".
And
I met him
then-
in LL, when I grew up. I said, "Man, you was dunking like that." I was
And
like,
then-
"Oh my God, he's a grown man."
And then
He's a grown man.
and you can't go. We're not talking about after high school. So if you go after high school, you got to throw Kevin Ollie in there. But we're not talking about after high school. Kevin did great.
What year was Kevin Ollie?
He's
91. I think.
He's 91, but he played a little bit in the 80s.
Okay.
But he didn't
Yeah.
graduate in the 80s.
Graduate. Yeah, we're going
So
graduate.
if you graduate
Yeah,
in the 80s,
yeah. You got one more. You got one more player. You the sixth
CB
man.
Thompson's on the 85 team. He has a junior. Then you got Stanley Brundy.
You got one more. And this is while Danny's thinking about that last player,
Ronnie,
I
you
want to
still there,
let
Ronnie, hearing
let
this?
everybody know out there, this is no disrespect to none of the other great players. You know, we know the stories of you guys. We know how great you were, the legendary careers you had. This is just the opinion of Danny, of Corn, of them picking those players. Those other players could have been
BJ,
starters.
We keeping it certified.
Yeah,
I mean,
we don't listen.
So it's tough because it's tough because
yeah.
Brundy, Carter ran the squad for 85 when they weren't undefeated and they won the city, state, and then the world. They say the world
championship
when they went overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carter was the one, right? And then you had Brundy, was the big man that went to DePaul, drafted by the Nets. You know.
Okay.
Brundy was the man. He was the man on that team. Without Brundy, but it's hard to win that without Brundy. But you got to keep it together.
So you're going
So
with the
I'm
point
going
guard?
with David Carter.
David Carter.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going with David Carter.
So those were the two legendary players from Crenshaw of the 80s that gave us their top 5 picks, top 5 players: Cornelius Holden, Danny
Fire.
Griffin.
Fire.
I mean, that list,
Gas.
you can't really argue
Those
with
two,
that
yeah.
list. It's
Yeah.
hard to argue with that list. So
80s only. Make sure
yeah,
you say
80s
that.
only.
You have
80s
my phone
only. Yeah,
blowing up
80s
after
only.
this.
So
gas
I mean,
out there.
you can't really get
Lot
more
of
certified
fire.
than that,
Yeah.
you know. So I want to thank Danny Griffin for joining us for Certified Dynasties featuring Crenshaw basketball. He has a wealth of knowledge from, you know, the eras that dominated the city, the
Legend.
70s,
Legend.
the 80s, the 90s, the
Legend.
teams he played. Cornelius Holden,
Legend.
a legend, holding down the paint for Crenshaw. City championship.
Super certified.
You know, certified by the city, certified dynasty, certified hoop legend. We giving you your flowers.
Crenshaw legends.
You know, and letting you know you left a
LA
mark.
City legends.
You know, you left a mark on the city. I also want to thank my co-host Michael Quinn. And
know what it is.
This is Brian Jones, BJ, certified by the city, signing out.
I'm certified by the city. It's me against me, but for you, I'll drop 50. Long nights, had cold days. It was chilly. Prayed to God for that parlay.